Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Dragon Killer Gaming and I'm the dragon, and today is something a little different. It's called a narrative RPG, and in this particular narrative RPG you take over the life of a character from childhood into actual death, and then you find out at the end what choices you made the person who you are within the world of the game, and your person and what happens to them in their life changes depending on the options you pick. This is the first time I've ever played it. I've just read the text about the tutorial. This is the very beginning chapter, so you haven't missed anything, guys. I'm going to role play the character rather than what I would do as me. I'm going to do what would I do as a character in their world. I will read it for the first video, and if that becomes annoying or you don't like hearing me read, I will leave the pages on the screen for a certain amount of seconds. And if you need more time to read, you're welcome to pause. So, here we go. Of course, the beginning of any life is birth. So, at first there was nothing. No time, no sensation, nothing but darkness and void. But then a will breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. Sorry, I said that wrong. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. It was your turn to enter this world. For the record, as you can see, it's the year 1118, so it doesn't mention real history at all, I don't think. Your first memory, you are lying on your back, blinded by bright white light. You are not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are part of them, and they are part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands towards you. There are two of them. The ones who made you from their own selves and brought you into this world. They are united, yet as they lean closer you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel their differences within you, struggling against each other. The first figure is soft and empathetic, wise and merciful. The love that emanates from it wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never ending. The second figure is strong and powerful, commanding and noble. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, a force of protection, a merciless punishment for every misdeed. Yet there is also a third figure. It's like a shadow, barely seen beneath them. Oh yeah, you can see it in the picture, I didn't look. Yet already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing even stronger within you. Like I say, I won't read everything absolutely perfectly, but I will try to have a reading voice as such, so it's nice to listen to if nothing else. A soft open palm, a strong closed fist, a lingering distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand to the world. Now, as you can see, each has its own thing, right? Usually, in the next playthrough I do in the future, I won't be able to see what each of these do. I'll turn that option off. So I can either go perception, determination, or willpower. So I'm going to say willpower. Your first smile appeared on your face, awkward yet genuine. Your mother and father exchange looks and start talking. You know no words yet, so all you hear is a sequence of booming sounds. But the stranger behind them has no need for words. The stranger looks. Bear with me a second. The stranger's look is all it takes for you to feel the will to live and act that now burns within you. The shadow brings a finger to its lips as if to say, there baby, don't cry, this is our secret now. And then the shadow melts into the light, and as you can see from the choice, willpower is now 10, and it's referred to as full of power, which the three choices there are the three levels of marking is 0 to minus 10 to 1, exhausted, willpower of course, 0 to 9 ready for action, 10 to 19 full of power, and 20 to 30 prepared for anything. And it says your remaining inner strength and readiness for action, you spend it on difficult choices. So by fluke I did pick a reasonable thing. Okay, so next choice as the days and weeks move on. So, birth, year 1118. Your life in this world begins. How will you live it? Again, I will do these as a series, but they won't be live streams, they'll just be clip videos, but obviously recorded live with no editing, so you can just see them when you wish to, because it's like listening to an audiobook in a way. So here we go, the next section, hide and seek. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father eyes, heavy breath, and strong cold hands. He visits you rarely. And the father is called Robert Brante. Now, just so you know, guys, every character you have will always have the surname Brante, because that's the name of the game. It's the life and suffering of Sir Brante. So of course my name is Kenneth, or Ken, as people will know before the rebrand. So in this game my character is Kenneth Brante. So the father says, "Hello there, little Kenneth Brante." Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. Lydia. Molly, you're growing so quickly, my child. There are two more children in the family named Stefan and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing and gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first steps. Stefan likes to sweep you up and pinch you and toss you in the air. So basically doing the baby thing of like gently throwing the baby in the air and catching. Oh look, this is your brother and sister. And then your brother says, yeah, you're my little brother, we're gonna play together, but I'll always be in charge, 'cause you were born a commoner. And Gloria says, be quiet you, he doesn't understand yet. Come on baby Kenneth, let's go play in the yard. Yeah, apparently the world of this game is governed by what area of life you begin in, and then you have to do certain things to be allowed to be better, because you're governed by two godlike beings in this universe of the game. Anyway, it's hot outside. You grip your brother's hand with one hand and your sister's with another as they help you walk down the giant stone stairs. Then you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky above and away from you is a gigantic pillar, perfectly straight stick, made of light. It's so bright, it hurts to look at. Why are you staring at the shining pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. Hey, I want to play hide and seek. He's just a little baby, how are they going to play? Then you hide him and I'll try and find both of you. You have no idea what they're talking about, but you support them with happy cooing. This is strange but so exciting. Stefan and Gloria glance at each other and your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes and starts shouting something. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from that light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth for some reason, and then she's gone. You can no longer hear Stefan's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget about you? Did they abandon you? And the choices are: cry loudly, find your way home, sit there and wait. Now, I might do this to stack the willpower for later, so I've gone for the cry loudly because that's what a baby would do. Well, you take a deep breath and start bawling. This is the loudest you have ever cried. It is a cry of sheer terror, a cry of a boy waiting to be found, a boy whose brother and sister hurt his feelings when they left him all alone. You hear brisk steps, then the leaves and twigs rustling and parting. Your mother leans over you. Our mother leans over you. So that's where they took you. Your tears dry up the moment you see her. You greet her with glee. There is no reason to be afraid anymore. Mother picks you up, puts you to her chest, and pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind her, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria is in tears just like you. Stefan keeps staring at his feet. You hug Mother tightly. She is here now, and as you can see, willpower is now gone up to 20, which is they're prepared for anything tier. So I'm basically stacking up points for later for harder choices in life. So now, 2 years old. Another memory. You are still a little child, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there are solemn, gloomy preparations. Is that preparations? Yeah, preparations and candles being lit. Even your older brother Stefan is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria. Oh, this is the thing I was on about the world. I only know because I read about the game before I bought it. That's what brought me to buy the game in the first place. Because I bought it today, guys. Today as the day of recording. So, just checking the time there. Okay, so the mother says, "My son, today is a great descent. We honour the day when the twin gods descended to us. We must spend the day in reverence to the gods. You are too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now." Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys, no chairs, even the carpet has been taken away. There is nothing but a bare wooden floor. Weird, I guess they have to do penance or something. Today we are not allowed to go to any other rooms. We'll be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the great descent, everybody must be where they belong. Oh, because they got placed into what we would consider poverty, I guess. It is quite unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You are sitting on the cold floor, confused and no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice, a lonely sound in the empty room. It is a little song your mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. I won't sing this song at all, guys, I'll just read it. When the twins came down to earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let us count them, 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Lots is what we'd consider like classes, like a rich, middle class, poor, that sort of thing. Oh, here you go, the game's explaining it. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with all of their might. Priests work hard to understand. Guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil. Always patient, never spoiled. Now, the family here are obviously common, so they work hard and don't get rewards, it seems. Or they get barely enough to live, basically. Live your lot where you were born, to the day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. Not a very nice song, but I mean it works to sing to a kid, I guess. You are transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze. A smile creeps across her face. You like the rhyme, don't you, Ken? Do you know what it's all about? Look, there are lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember the pillar of light on the horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar anytime from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot in life, you'll reach the peak of the pillar, and if you don't, you will get eternal torment at the foot. Ooh, allegories much, game creators. Very, very not ham-fisted at all. That's just a personal opinion. Anyway, you and I are lowborn. Mum is a commoner too. So the lot for me and you is to suffer and be patient and work hard. The priests and the nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule everybody. The priests, well, I'm not really sure what they do. But I guess they talk to the twins and then teach everybody. Gloria stares at you intently. Do you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over again. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From the light emerge two figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder, and the other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your very eyes, unable to turn away. If I was this kid, I would not get the song wrong, because obviously this is clearly the two gods. Know your lot, know the prayer. For the twins see everywhere. Sing the last line together with Gloria. Your sister looks up at you in surprise and gives you a nod. The shining pair standing behind her back turn to look at you. You can feel their gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Gloria turns her head to look where you were staring. For the sake of the story, whenever it says my name, the character's name, I won't say it unless it's an obvious thing where they'd need to say your name. So with that being said, Gloria then says, "Did you see something?" And I simply say, "Not anymore." Okay, so I think, yep, 3 years old now. Okay, bear with me a second. Yeah, 11:21. Spring, the origin. You're starting to understand more and more of what the adults say. Your family is an unusual one. Your father is a nobleman, not by birth. It's a title earned through great service, but your mother is a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner. Father says you may yet come unto nobility. I'm hoping. You learn to read at an early age. Together with mother, you read and learn by heart the many poems of the divine twins. The divine twins, the twin gods that reside upon the shining pillar. Mother calls the poem prayers. Again, I will miss slight pronunciations every now and again just because I'm trying to read at a reasonable speed. Okay, so it says, again and again you try to discern the shapes of the gods in the strip of holy light shines in the sky all day and night, for the light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stars are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high. It wasn't stars, it was stairs. I do apologise there, guys. Even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. Which, of course, good stuff. Your older brother Stefan now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath a nobleman to be, he says. So Gloria calls him names and Stefan pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, Father gathers you all in the sitting room with an announcement. You will have another little brother or sister soon. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Fair enough, typical girl response. Stefan gets frustrated. There are way too many little siblings getting in the way as it is. Soon you'll be an older brother too. It doesn't matter who the youngest will be. A girl or boy, you will love them the most. I mean, surely you try to love everyone equally, so... let's see, when Father comes back from his trips, he reads the adult books aloud for you, or reads his adult books aloud for you. You find those stories of wars, generals and rebellions quite enchanting, and Father approves of your fascination. Study hard and maybe one day you'll become a noble of the mantle and earn your sword. But first, you need to grow up. Growing up, the concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. Okay. So as you can see, this is now called the lot of suffering. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You are both ashamed and proud, and it feels odd. Let's see, and it feels like a scratch on your hand stings a little. Stefan is standing next to you, sniffing from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you in the shoulder, you picked it up and hit him with it. I mean, fair's fair. I will give my points on small parts of the story, of course, because it's basically an interactive book. Let's see, you see Mother's shoes walking to and fro on the carpet. You do not want to look up, you would rather not see her angry. She is not so gentle to you these days. Well, yeah, because they're commoners. Why did you hurt Stefan? You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first, you just hit him back. How dare you pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm gonna hit you with a real sword. Wow, that's a bit. Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern, and yet you can still feel her concern for you. Even if Stefan hits you, you cannot hit him back. You are my son, and I was born a commoner. Our lot in life is to suffer, or your brother was born from a noble father and noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. Okay, so basically, in this world, if you're not common, you have the power and right to rule over others. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. That is your lot, and the sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be. Now Stefan looks at you in triumph. You look up at your mother in fear, not sure what to do now. Okay, so if I take it, I lose 3 willpower, but both of them are okay with me. If I deny it, I get +1. And if I ask for an explanation, I get deception. I'll go with the I want to be on positive terms sort of thing, so I'll take it. You should have took the apology, the brother. I mean, I know there's the whole I will rule you one day, but it's a simple apology. So, anyway, continue. You look down and agree with what she just said. You are ready to be punished. You start apologizing to Stefan, but he turns his back on you. Before you can finish, Mother takes your hand and leads you away. You do not want to follow her. Your hands are getting sweaty and your legs are growing heavy. Then suddenly she stops and bends down to... Oh, sorry, I've read this slightly wrong. Then suddenly she stops and bends down. It should be closer to you rather than too closer to you. Look you straight into the eyes. So basically she bends down and looks you straight in the eyes. Okay. My son, I see you understand our lot in life now. We do not defy, we suffer. This is our only path to the twins after all our deaths. Our only way to reach eternal bliss. Atop the peak of the pillar, our virtue is meekness. We're humble in our words, we work hard, we think what is right. You have shown all of this. I'm so proud of you. Well, I was role-playing a kid that wants his mum to like him better. So his mum gave him a hug and he just cried. And now I've got 2+ sympathy with the brother, which is good and grateful status, automatic +2 according to the game. This is basically a mini bio of the mum, so I'll leave it on the screen for a few seconds, and if you want to read it more in depth, please pause, and then when you've read, carry on the video, of course. Okay, so the willpower got dropped by 5. I thought it was 3 for some reason. See, so that's why it was a good choice, in my opinion, to stack willpower at the beginning. Let me just check the time here. Yep, we're good. So, because like I say, these are 1 hour clips, and I want to have a clean, like, decisive piece for each video. So, Gloria's rhymes. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day, she grows heavier, and her features get rounder. Oh, okay, she's become a kind of fat lady. It has become difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day she takes your hands and puts them... Oh, it's because she's pregnant. Oh dear. Why didn't I remember that? Okay. She's big from obviously being pregnant. Okay. She puts the hands and puts them on her big belly, and you feel a movement deep inside her. You will have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on walks in the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar, and she sings you songs and tells you amazing stories. Well, what a cool sister in this story. Good for you, Gloria. Hey, do you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself. There's even a bit about you, but don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If Mummy hears about it, I'll get flogged. Remember how you got flogged for hurting Stefan? Just nod, dude. Just nod. Okay, and this is what she wrote. I Judge is my second father. In the past I had another. Mother says the twins are great. Says we should not fight our fate. Brother loves to jump around. please don't fall down on the ground. So I wrote a little rhyme, please don't tell them it is mine. Oh, that's harmless. Good for you. Good for you, Gloria. But today your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there, but then she vanished. The servants join you in the search. Even Mother leaves her chambers when she hears the commotion. Finally, you find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She's holding a quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. Oh, they've caught her writing poems. Oh, man. Okay, Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face grows dark with rage. Gloria is standing before her, wringing her hands and looking up for the opportunity to run. It seems there's no escape. I mean, from their perception of the world, I do understand, but at the same time, Mother, it is just poetry, but different universe. What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You are absolutely not allowed to entertain yourself with this writing. I can decide that for myself, Mum. No, you cannot. It has already been decided by the gods. And he's not a little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny. I need some time alone to think for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. Well, he's only 3. You are a commoner and a future wife. It's time you learned how to properly care for children. Had your disgraceful former father kept me in his house, you could have been born a noble, but that is not our fate. And you are absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling paper and wasting ink again. Wow, she's not even letting her write things down anymore. Damn. Okay, so Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you both into the house. The scribbled sheets fly into the fireplace. Oh man, you're that scared of I'm going to call them aliens when we're out of the story. I'm definitely going to call them aliens. So I want to paraphrase some of this. Basically, they throw the stuff into the fire. The sister sobs, sadly and loudly. You are a bystander but unsure what to do. If you complain, you get determination. If you offer to write with her, you get perception. If you do comfort, you lose willpower again. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna lose the willpower and be nice to the sister. Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns away in the fireplace. You walk up to your crying sister and take her by the hand. None of this is her fault, you say, and Mother did wrong and far too harsh. Yes, I agree. Good for you, character. But I did really leave you alone. You're not mad at me, really? You nod in reassurance. Basically, you're like, no, I'm not mad at you. And then she says, you're the best little brother in the world. So sympathy has gone up and she's in the grateful status. Willpower's dropped to 10, but it's still classed as full of power, so the way the game is at the moment, that's 2 more choices before I have to pick willpower options, because I am kind of meta in the skills. Okay, so with this being a new page, this is where I'm going to end the first video, and we'll pick this back up in the next video, because I think this is interesting to see as an actual story about how the character's world works, but it's also interesting as a relaxing experience, just to experience, you know, how the characters live in the world they live within. It's an interesting story. So if you take the game as an interactive story, I think the future videos can be quite interesting, guys. So let me know what you think in the comments. This is Dragon Killer Gaming. I've been the Dragon, and I'll see you soon.